Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from ZozoStockWatch.com, and this is your stock watch list for Wednesday, the 9th of May. Hey, let's go ahead and get into it. So, very narrow range on the SPY for today. Let me go ahead and get rid of these lines so you can actually see some of the action here there. Sorry for all those lines. Basically, we just treaded water again between the 10 SMA, the light blue line you see here, and the 50 SMA. So, very tight range as we are battling this 50 SMA on the daily chart for the SPY. You know what's not battling though is the IWM. IWM, the small caps, very strong. IWM moving up nicely today. IWC also moving up nicely today. So the small caps and the micro caps continuing on their merry way, moving up. QQQ, back over the 50 SMA, holding above the 5 EMA. So Qs look good right now, but the SPY is in this battle of the 50 SMA currently. The Dow Jones 30, to be honest, haven't looked at it in a few days. Yeah, that's in a battle. Also underneath the 50 SMA, also a very narrow range. But like we said, the small caps, the IWM and the IWC, pushing up nicely. So that's the leaders in the market right now. The IBB, the biotechs, really not much to say about them as they still have that Trump overhang on them. XBI, also the mid-cap biotech stocks, still kind of lagging the rest of the markets right now as drug pricing talk begins in Washington. So let me show you an intraday chart of the SPY pre-post market chart of the SPY so you can kind of see what the action was today on the 5-minute pre-post market. So we had President Trump, he was supposed to come out at 2 o'clock and talk about Iran. He did finally make the decision on Iran, but the market was just choppy. You can see my green VWAP line here. We were up, down, above VWAP, down below VWAP, back above VWAP into the close, and then we finally moved up, but we still couldn't get over this dark blue line here, which is equal to off my daily chart, the 50 SMA, and that's where we kind of stopped moving up, right around that 50 SMA today so far. So choppy, narrow session in the SPY, but we don't let that stop us. Our first trade out of the gate at Zozo Stockwatch, we actually traded BLNK, and I use a 2-minute chart when I trade in the morning with a VWAP on it. So actually I took this BLNK 2 times. The first time I took it, made about 15 cents on it, right? Popped up. I got in at around this 505 spot. Let me open this up a little bit more for you. It's right in this area right here. So I got in, we right in when the market opened, it popped up, then it sold off all the way down. Then we get back over 5, and I took it here for about 20 cents. I kept my eye on it, and this is like a trader's dream here, right? The second time, I called it in the room, and it was over that same spot, 505. You can see the line here. We called it over 505. The stock triggers, and it moved all the way up to straight up, right, without barely a pause here, up to $6.20. So on that first trade, I was pretty much done for the day trading on this very first trade, and was just kind of watching the action, looking for potential other setups for the rest of the day. But BLNK, very nice. And if you notice back here, right, BLNK got back over 505 here, popped up, also got back over 505 here. So it was battling this 505, $5 area, holding it, establishing itself as an above $5 stock, and then into the close, BLNK continued higher into the close. So very nice move there in BLNK. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of the news that came out after the bell this evening. All right, so some earnings that came out after the bell tonight. We had Disney come out with an earnings per share and revenue beat on Disney, and they moved the stock up in the after hours and then sold it right back off on the conference call for Disney. Another one that came out with earnings was Electronic Arts after the bell. Nice pop up. Actually held most of the earnings here on Electronic Arts. Earnings per share, revenue beat. Etsy, earnings per share, revenue beat. ETSY. But that stock actually moved down first, kind of got back to about the middle of the range there on Etsy after the bell. SPWR earnings per share revenue beat. SPWR, that's a solar name. They sold that one off in the after hours. Etsy raising FY 2018 sales guidance for ETSY. AAOI misses by 5 cents, misses on revenues. AAOI, that stock trailing off in the after hours tonight. CSOD, they beat by 9 cents, beat on revenue. CSOD, that stock moving up strongly in the after hours. ZAG had earnings after the bell. They beat by 28 cents, beat on revenue. ZAGG, that stock moving up in the after hours on ZAG. Next up, we had Wendy's earnings per share revenue beat, WEN. That stock selling off in the after hours. GWPH misses by 64 cents but beat on revenue. GWPH, marijuana play, stock not doing too much in the after hours currently. LC Lending Club beats by 2 cents, misses on revenue. LC, that stock actually ticking up in the after hours tonight. Trip earnings per share and revenue beat. They beat by 14 cents, beat on revenue. TRIP, that stock big move up from 39 area all the way up to 46 on TRIP. OPK earnings per share revenue miss on OPK. That stock popped up now, kind of just moving sideways in the after hours. Next, we had ESIO earnings per share revenue beat. ESIO. The stock popped up, giving it back in the after hours again. INSY, Therapeutics misses by 1 cent, misses on revenue. INSY, stock trailing down in the after hours. INFI, earnings per share in line. INFI, that stock not much going on. A couple of dots on the chart. VVUS beat by a penny, misses on revenue. VVUS, not much going on there in the after hours, excuse me. TWLO came out with an earnings per share beat. TWLO, that stock popped up and then kind of moved sideways in the after hours on their earnings per share beat. And then Twilio, they beat by 3 cents. They beat on revenue. Walt Disney CEO Iger on Sky bidding war with Comcast. So you know that Comcast and Disney are both bidding on FOXA, so we fully intend to hold on to at least 38.9% of Sky. That will get even if 21st Century Fox does not get approval to acquire the 61% they don't currently own. That was from CNBC. So FOXA jumping around, and then Disney, like I said, moving down in the after hours. Jazz Pharmaceuticals beat by 20 cents, beat on revenue. JAZZ. ZZ, that stock moving up a little bit in the after hours. CLVS misses by 18 cents, beat on revenue. CLVS, stock moving down in the after hours. Oxy Petroleum beat by 21 cents, beat on revenue. OXY, so that stock pushing up, an oil name. OXY moving up nicely. Let's see if there was anything else. EYPT had earnings after the bell. That stock selling off in the after hours. Pizza PZCA, they had earnings per share and revenue miss. That stock moving down in the after hours. PEIX, earnings per share beat, revenue miss on PEIX. Not much going on there in the after hours. Planet Fitness, earnings per share in line, beat on revenues. PLNT, stock selling off in the after hours. Let's see if there was anything else. OPGN beat by 9 cents, beat on revenue. OPGN. That stock ticking up a little bit in the after hours, OPGN. As far as some other news that came out, let's see, Match had earnings per share and revenue beat. MTCH, that stock now, Facebook is going after their segment of the market. Facebook's going to start a dating service. But right now, Match is up in the after hours, so maybe some shorts are trapped in this name. Maybe one to watch for tomorrow. Pump, earnings per share revenue beat, PUMP, earnings per share revenue beat, stock ticking up. Another oil and gas name, PUMP, might want to keep an eye on that. After the bell tonight, we got the API crude numbers that came out. USO starting to move up in the after hours on USO. It was a drawdown of 1.85 million barrels there for the API numbers. So that came out around 4:30. Then you see our listing of top earnings for tomorrow morning. This all courtesy of the trade exchange. Top insider purchases after hours for that came out after the bell. So you can see the listing right there. Let's see if there was anything else. I think that's about it. We had some secondary offerings by BKI, EVLO, also initial public offering, public-private offering, EZPW, HCC pricing, a secondary offering, SBH filed Form S3, TGT filed Form S3, mixed security shelf. That's a target, so let's check that one out, see what the reaction was. Nothing much, no reaction on that. VIRT, VIRT, commencement of secondary offering, 15 million shares. Jeffries and Morgan Stanley, the book managers on that. So VIRT, that stock selling off in the after hours tonight. All right, so that's some of your news after hours tonight, courtesy of the trade exchange. All right, so here's your watch list for tomorrow. Some stocks I'll be watching. AMAG, AMAG, a biotech name, basing under this 22 area, 1.2 million shares, possible move through that 22. AMDA actually was very strong throughout the day, closed at $3.13. Now it's moved up in the after hours up to $3.88. So it might be a little stretched at this point. We'll see. We might have that one on watch tomorrow. APC, an oil name, back above this $67 area. Possible swing trade in this one, getting back over the 10 SMA. Keep an eye on that one. BLNK, we got a beautiful sweet move in this name today. So we'll have it on watch another day tomorrow. Maybe due for a little bit of a rest. We'll see on Blink. CLF actually holding up, basing under this $8 level on Cliff. So that one will be on watch. Possible swing trade in that name. CNET still looks like it's kind of sitting on the launch pad here on CNET. We actually got a small trade in this one today. Went up to $3.38. Closed at 318. Volume under that $1 million threshold level, but we'll see if this one wants to set up for an intraday move. Dean Foods had earnings today. They moved the stock. It's kind of just under this 100 SMA. It's been a while since Dean Foods has been above the 100 SMA, so we'll keep an eye on that one. 4.5 million shares came into the name today. We'll see if there's any possible continuation move in that one. Eyes, 1.2 million shares came into that one. High of day was $1.85, so keep an eye on this one. If it sets up intraday and gets over that $1.85 level. GE, believe it or not, is kind of basing, holding this $14 area, holding above the 50 SMA. So I'll have my eye on it. Maybe a possible swing trade now in GE. We'll see. All right, not in love with it, but we'll see. Groupon, nice pop in the after hours on Groupon, trying to get back over that $5 area. So keep an eye on Groupon if we can get up over that $5. KERX, a biotech name, trying to turn the corner here under the $5 area. Also 1.2 million shares. Carex. Lake, Ebola scare back out there. LAKE can be a very spready, very thin stock. You see the expanding volume, but only had 174,000 shares traded. If you look at the intraday chart, not really a pretty trader on Lake. We'll see. Maybe we'll get some more volume in this name with the Ebola scare. I think Bill Gates coming out saying that there could be a pandemic or something in the next 10 years. So that kind of set LAKE moving up. So we'll see on that one. It needs more volume though. LPCN, nice pop off the lows, was showing up on my scanners. 3 million shares. So I can't ignore this 3 million shares. It's not a pretty intraday trader though. So we'll see on that one. MU maybe trying to turn back the corner here. The highs today were 48.86. So maybe over that 49 area for MU. Keep an eye on that one. NIHD, the $3 number is right up ahead there on NIHD, Telecom Services. Nice strong chart. It's been grinding up, I guess. So we'll see if it can break out over 2.2 million shares there. NR, small little energy name. They pushed it down to that $10 level. Buyers came right back in. So this one will be on watch. NR, OGEN, moving up in the after hours, up at $1.72, closed at $1.59. We'll see if there's anything left in this one for tomorrow. And a solar name actually holding up just under that 950 area. So RUN, possible swing trade in that name. SQ, very strong today. Square, very strong. Be watching this one tomorrow. Twitter looks pretty good. Trying to get up over that 32 level high today, 3209. So watch TWTR tomorrow, possible swing trade. VMware holding up very well today. Needs to get over that 136.50 for a possible continuation. XXII, sorry. So XXII trading at 255 after hours, closed 255, starting to turn the corner. 3 million shares. ZAG earnings came out, pushed it up, so this one will be on watch. ZN, an oil name, starting to get back over the 50 SMA. High today was $4.70, so maybe back over the highs on ZN of $4.70. Volume just under a million shares. This is an Israeli oil company, so keep an eye on those. And this is Mike from ZozoStocktwits.com. Thanks so much. Sorry for the lateness of the video.